So I better ask you first. A couple of weeks ago, there was a poster that came out with Spock's real name, and then Paramount redacted it. Do
Yeah.
you know what Spock's real name is?
I never got to see it, to be honest with you.
Oh,
Um, yeah. Unfortunately, I can't really comment on it, but
sure.
I'd heard about it, and that's about it.
Wow. But Strange New Worlds does go into Spock's relationship with T'Pring, which is really pretty exciting. What can we look forward to to find out about the relationship that TOS didn't tell us?
I think that Strange New Worlds presents an opportunity for all of us involved to sort of see more deeply into these characters' lives,
Mhm.
Spock included. And obviously, for me, most interestingly, what's he like behind closed doors? What's he like in the bedroom? These are things that I think that we uh, get to speculate on.
Awesome. And you're playing, of course, the younger version of Leonard Nimoy's Spock. Can you talk about how you prepared for the role of Prime Spock? Do you feel pressure to live up to Nimoy's portrayal?
Yeah, I feel a huge amount of pressure to live up to Nimoy's portrayal and to fans' expectations of the role. That has been a huge component of this experience and part of my process. When I was first cast in the role, I didn't know what I was auditioning for. So I had an interpretation of some scenes that were given to me that I'm very grateful will always remain mine. Right? I had an experience of these scenes that was me. And of course, once I discovered which character it was, I began to do my due diligence and research Leonard Nimoy's portrayal of the character. And that, of course, informed my work. But I'll always have this sort of the seed of my imagining of whatever this character was. Um, so yeah, it's an ongoing process. I haven't watched the original series in quite a while because I'm quite frankly a little afraid to, because after a certain point, I felt something was alive in me that was Spock. And I've really tried to um, maintain the integrity of that and keep the growth of that sort of my own. I have very much an impression in me of Leonard Nimoy as this character that I check in with every day, almost hour to hour when I'm working. But I'm sure that that's changed over time and has become something unique in myself.
Totally. Now, you guys are shooting season 2 right now, I believe.
Yeah,
And they announced that Paul Wesley is joining the show as Kirk.
yeah.
Um, did you and he have a chemistry test? Did you guys get to kind of feel each other out and see if the Kirk Spock dynamic really is there?
I don't think I can comment on that, but I will
Okay.
say that he's a fantastic guy. We get along great. And he's taking this with a depth of seriousness that I think I do, which is very comforting for me and exciting for me.
Looking ahead, with you and Kirk together meeting each other, what happens if the fans fall in love with you two together, and they demand a spinoff? Will it just be called Star Trek? Like,
That's a great question, and I have no idea. That's like so far from the future. Like we're just trying to, get through these first couple of seasons. But that would be a question for the guys above that are putting
sure.
it together.
Well, last question for you. So, Strange New World starts not long after Discovery season 2 ends. So, where is Spock emotionally and mentally now that Michael's gone?
I think that he's in a sort of delicate and fragile place, relatively, for him. He's just had this enormous trauma of his experience with this entity called the Red Angel that has kind of led to his unraveling psychologically and emotionally. He's connected with his sister, who I think has been hugely important to his discovery of his human self and his human side. He's then lost her to time. Um, he's been more or less exiled from Vulcan in a way, right? He's disconnected from his father, who's probably his deepest Vulcan connection, and so you're left with someone who maybe doesn't feel like he belongs anywhere and doesn't yet feel like he belongs in Starfleet and is learning to feel what it's like to be accepted, learning to accept the different parts of himself that seem to be in eternal conflict with one another. So it's a very exciting place in his life because he will have to experiment and search and problem solve day to day in his experiences and in the situations he finds himself in.
Well, I have seen the first 5 episodes and I thought they were great. And my favorite one actually was Spock Amok. I loved it.
Oh,
So
cool. Thank you so much.
yeah, I think you're doing spectacular. Spock is a character who's very, very meaningful to me. So, and I love your portrayal. I think you're doing incredible work. And so I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I'm so glad you like it.
No problem. Thank you for speaking with me.